in the zone, 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 podcast, in the zone, in the zone, in the zone, podcast, in the zone, in the zone, in the zone, podcast, in the zone, in the zone, in the zone, podcast, in the zone, in the zone, in the zone, podcast, 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 in the zone, in the zone, in the zone, podcast, in the zone, in the zone, in the zone, podcast, in the zone, in the zone, in the zone, podcast, in the zone, in the zone, in the zone, podcast, 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 in the zone.
Hi.
Yo, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy, B. Foster. Brian Foster's in the building. Welcome to another episode of the In the Zone podcast. Happy Wednesday. I hope everything is going well in your world. As you can see, this is an old school episode. All right?
All male review.
Yep.
Yep.
Just me and the fellas. Just me and the fellas about to have a good time. Sean, if you're watching, we miss you. We love you. You better be having a good time in Greece. I hope you're not watching. I hope you got better shit to do than watch us right now. But if you are tuning in to make sure we don't degrade your name, I won't. I love you. Miss you. Have a great time.
He lying.
He right. So, So, hey, we got a hot one today. These are some of my guys. These are some of the original folks that I would have on all the time before Sean made me stop having them so much. She said, we can't have these brothers on every week. I said, but these are my guys that helped me start in the first place. She's like, I don't care. I'm here now.
Damn, Sean.
It's my show.
So you finally admit she was the cause of me not getting my invite back?
I'm just telling you.
Hey, Sean, I hope you sit on a wet toilet seat.
Oh.
But anyway, let me get my my guest hosts, my guys, my dogs introduced. You know them, you love them, you've seen them. They've been on dozens of episodes. But on my immediate right, my guy, the legend Ivy. What's happening, baby?
What's good, family? Look, let me tell you this right now. Hey, a couple of these cats in here, I haven't seen in a long time. I missed my boy. I'm looking forward to getting this on in. Ooh, did you see him hit me with the? You better be ready, partner, because listen, I know you got stories to tell. And just like that, welcome to Shop Talk.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Craig Air, what's happening, baby? On my far left, I swear I have not seen. I don't think I've seen this man in 2025.
Dude,
Not positive that I have.
God, that long?
I think it's been this year, brother.
I haven't seen you in 2025.
Life of a Chicago realtor, my brother. Investor.
Is that what he's claiming now? I wish I had another pair of hands so I could give that comment 4 thumbs down.
We're gonna let him have that. We're gonna let him have that. A Chicago legend himself, Mr. Jeff Murray. What's happening, brother?
Man, I'm good, man. Glad to be here, man. I thought, I figured Sean had something to do with the invite. Because I was a regular for a minute.
She been blocking your blessings, brother.
It's all good, man. It's all good. I'm back now. We got to let the world speak, man. If they want me back regular, they're going to have to say something.
Hey, send some stars. Right. Send some stars in if you want Jeff back on a regular basis.
And if you don't, send hand grenades.
And on my immediate right, this is my guy. Listen, one of the funniest things I've ever seen on my 5 years of doing this podcast is when this man had a Jerry curl wig on. When we did, I'm gonna get you. No, it wasn't. I'm gonna get you, sucker. It was Hollywood Shuffle.
It absolutely was Hollywood Shuffle.
Oh
my
God.
guy, my frat Jamil. What's happening, baby?
What's up, man? Good to see y'all, brothers. Good to be in the company. And,
Yes, sir.
You know, for the chat, I'm just here so I don't get fined. So,
You're getting fined tonight.
So when I did this, I prefaced this last week for you all. I said, hey, I'm going to get the brothers together, and we're going to have a little barbershop talk. Now, this is what I told them. I told them the same thing. And usually when we in the barbershop, we talking about Mike versus LeBron, or we be talking about how Shadua got shafted last week or something. But nobody wants to hear that. We go talk about some stuff we talk about after we have a couple of drinks.
Oh, wait a minute. We're not talking about Psalms 133
And
and,
the
Bible verses?
We can, if you mix it in with some of this egregiousness we about to do.
Jesus Christ.
So I promise this is going to be above board, all clean. Not exactly. I'm lying. I'm not even going to lie to y'all. That's not exactly what's going to happen. But we're about to have some conversations about just love and brothers and where we at in life and where we think we're going and where we want to be and some other things as well to keep it a little spicy. All right. So let me jump right in. Hold on. Let me make sure. Let me say this. Let me do this now. I'm not to put brothers. Tell me your relationship status before we jump into the conversation, just so the people are aware.
which way we going?
Look at you.
Wait a minute.
Why is Teron choking?
Hey, look, he threw it out. He's like, let me see who's going to talk first.
I'm going to talk to Jamil first. Jamil, relationship status at the moment.
Single, not married.
Single, not married.
Well, I'm not married, but my boo is watching. Hey, little mama.
Jeff?
Yeah, I'm in a relationship as well, man. So welcome to the team, baby.
Hey, dog. Hey, man, I appreciate. Did you
Yes,
Let's
Let's go.
What is happening here?
Hey, anybody that know Jeff know I've known Jeff 20.
Ever.
I don't even know years at this point. This is the first time that's ever been uttered in his mouth. I'm proud of this guy.
Oh,
Hey,
man.
Boss, that motherfucker just made me sweat. Saying that. What is happening here?
Well, let's go ahead and get started. Let's see how
Oh,
Let's see. Let me ask you this. Let's start from the beginning. When did you?
Oh, wait a minute. What just happened?
How do wait a minute. Chantel's in the building.
First of all,
Right here.
fuck all four of y'all, especially you in the brown fucking jacket lying on me.
Hold on. I want the audience to, the very first curse word that's been uttered was by Chantel.
With my shot. Exactly. Please know that.
But I'm like, I didn't tell you not to have these lovely gentlemen on, and I will tell you, Brian has added a do not invite list, his own list, and one of the three of you guys are on there. I won't.
That's
say
not
that.
true.
Damn.
That is not true.
Oh.
That is not true. I will tell you the list right now. I don't even care. Bamik, Javen, Chris Levy. Y'all can't come back.
That's true. That is true.
Already
Drunk.
That's true. I am very drunk. Cheers
No, not
to
you. I was talking about
guys.
Javen.
Oh, you are drunk though. We didn't know.
Look at you. You got Champizzle.
You
What-
should be.
What time is it there in Greece?
It is 3:15 in the morning.
Wow.
You should
You
be.
ain't having no fun.
You should be doing other things, or did you
Yeah.
get through doing other things?
Oh.
Oh.
That's why they hair look hot mess.
This is
This
a better
is supposed
hot
to
mess
be-
than I come on the show. I thought you would appreciate that.
No, you're not supposed to come on the show. Never mind.
Why not? I'm not supposed to come on the show.
Oh.
Wait, that's a whole other show. We're not doing that.
Well, all right.
Man.
Ankles.
I'm not here to
ears.
mess up the boys' fun. I just wanted to come and say hello and tell you guys have a good show. I will be watching. Stop lying on me. Thanks. But you guys have a good time.
Cheers.
Hey, toast one up with us.
Enjoy.
Toast one up
Just
with
gonna put
us.
that
He
champagne
can
back.
hear. Me.
Yeah,
Cheers,
and
cheers,
well,
cheers.
put him
Clank,
in.
clank,
If you
clank.
bad, put him in the screen. Put him in the
I
screen.
bet you won't put them on.
I bet you won't put him on.
Put what? Who on? What am I
Oh,
putting
now
on?
it's
Jake, get out of here.
Boo.
Jake, get her out of here. All right, y'all. Good to see my girl. Good to see my girl. But here's all the way from Greece. Here's the question, though, fellas. When did you first learn about love making? And was it from the appropriate person? And was it at the appropriate time? And was it, how shall I say, accurate?
Listen, I need to fix something real quick.
You better. You better.
Listen here, Tina Victoria. You're my boo. I love you. Did I do good, baby? And fuck you, Craig.
Look, there you go.
Okay, I'm
All right.
back.
Rectified. Ivy, let me hear from you first since you got all on the mic. Where'd you learn? Who'd you learn it from? Was it the lessons you needed?
So first of all, the very first of it, are you fucking kidding me? I was out in Justice, Illinois. We had the little motherfuckers talking shit. These marks were still had little Playboy magazines running around. We had dumbasses practicing, talking about how they kissed motherfucking teddy bears and shit.
What?
Yeah, dog, this is grammar school. This is the bullshit. And all of us lied, telling us we knew where the hole was, and motherfuckers pointing right below the belly button and all that shit.
Right.
The only thing I learned is that I need some oil because there was chafing happening. And I was, we weren't supposed to go that way.
I
My
don't know where
bad.
you were headed. Go ahead.
All right, I'm gonna leave it alone.
We've traversed that road already. Go ahead.
All right, no problem.
No problem.
because
Okay, all right.
Somebody said I made a better decision.
Yes.
Okay.
There you
There
go.
we go. There we
Look,
go.
Craig
There we
co-side.
go.
He ain't shit.
Look. Hey, what the fuck is that telling nobody kissing teddy bears? Motherfucker, back in 1908, you know what? Fuck you, Dante.
Dante still kissing teddy bears
To
on
this
top
day.
of pool tables.
Oh my God.
Damn.
He know what I'm talking about. Jeff, where'd you learn?
I would say the first time I learned it's twofold, right? I think it started with the magazines, the Playboys and shit like that, like right in. I gotta watch what I say. Back in like grade school, you know, the guys.
Playboy's a hustler.
Both. Playboy started off first though. I think Hustler was a little bit more advanced.
Yeah, I was
back
saying
in
the
the day, 'cause
advanced
that
hustlers
was-
had-
yeah.
The older boys
That was an
had
AP
hustlers.
course.
I didn't get that till later, but
That's them was on stealing shit from their daddy.
exactly. But I felt like that was just the images, right? You really didn't learn the interaction until like I came across it. The first like live interaction was on. Y'all remember On TV?
Absolutely.
On TV, boy. That was the first joint I saw, and then they had like the screw in little so we can get the other cable joints, and Skinamax was on there, aka Cinemax.
Uh-huh.
That's when
After
I was
11
seeing.
p.m., it was
After
kinda
11 p.m., it was on and popping, bro. So On TV was the actual live version. Before that, it was definitely Playboy magazines.
And let me just add, because when we talk about the live version itself, now old school, and all of you can remember Catch a Girl, Kiss a Girl.
Yep.
So we used to have this little piece, 9540 South Bennett. That was my old address. We would play tackle football with the girls. We would catch them,
Mm-hmm.
hunch them,
Mm-hmm.
grind them,
Mm-hmm.
And freak them?
and freak. Okay, I'm just making sure we
I
know.
remember that one.
Like that was the
Catch a
initial
girl,
kind
freak a
of.
girl.
Oh
Catch a
man,
girl,
catch a
freak a
girl,
girl.
freak a girl, and that was the piece. You get your initial grinding, and sometimes you may have went too far with that little man. And you be like, "Hey, y'all, I gotta go pee." No, nigga, you had to go clean up. That's what you had to do.
The release.
You had to you didn't release that little juice that was in there, that jizz.
Okay, all right.
Too much.
Camille,
Oh, okay. Thank you for saving me, dog. Thank you.
I got this too early in the show.
My
To be
bad.
releasing you.
All right. Hey, wait a minute. Jewtown VHS booty talking. Watch it. Dante, what is wrong with you?
You don't remember the and you go to I don't even want to say it, but the place he just named, and they would have the video cassettes outside the stores with all the pornos on them.
Oh yeah, the VHS.
The VHSs, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So interesting. Like when you talk about application, you know, my father told me, you know, like when you boxing, always protect your head. No matter how many times you jab, make sure you protect your head. You know, no matter what they look like, no matter what they say
Hey,
to you,
B-Boss, I feel like you better duck left.
no matter if it's an
You better
uppercut,
bob and weave.
you know, just protect your head. You know, at all times.
At all times.
These are the sports analogies.
He said he's gonna do all sports.
Right, he did say
All
that.
night, baby.
So what you saying is you got to bob and weave.
You know, and protect your head. Like all times.
And you said jag your head?
No, protect.
Oh, no, he said jab your head. My bad.
Jab,
Okay.
jab.
I
I'm
said
sorry.
regardless of how often you jab.
Oh, that's
There
what
you go. There you go. Now that's sage advice.
Sage advice.
That's sage advice. So I'm sure y'all talking about like, you know, you do the. So what's funny about catch a girl, kiss a girl, catch a girl, freak a girl back in the day? It was always one the least attractive ladies, young ladies,
Yeah.
they be slow in the motherfucker.
The Jason fall.
They be dragging that leg back. You be like, I ain't catching you. Okay, what you do? But
That's
the
a
most
Jason
athletic
fall.
too. Like, I know you
Right.
faster than that.
we were just whooping yesterday.
Right.
You were killing us. So yeah, but that's hilarious. But I think, but you always had like that one. If you either, luckily, if you had a father that could, or a male figure in your life that could teach some things,
Yeah.
or you always, a lot of us, I know I did. I had a friend that was a few years older than me, that actually wasn't woofing about what he was doing. He was actually knocking them back, and that's where I got a lot of my lessons from.
Yeah.
And he probably dragged me into some shit I wasn't ready for at the time. But that's your boy. Like, I'm gonna get you together, young man. You know,
Right.
but he gave me a lot of wisdom, a lot on just the game and how to protect yourself
Right.
and how to spot certain things
Yeah.
in certain people and be like, that's what you avoid.
Yeah.
That's what you want to invest in. Some of it garbage, some of it to this day still accurate. Them older friends, they take care of you. But he definitely, I remember he had on TV,
Hell yeah.
and his mama had the key. And usually we could get that key. His mama liked to sip. But for whatever reason, this day she was sober, and we could not get that key. So we was watching the shit through the wavy lines. I was like, nope, that's a nipple. So you learn some crazy stuff growing up.
Why you checking that piece? None of y'all watched Benny Hill back in the day?
Oh, Benny
Oh,
Hill,
yeah.
absolutely.
Oh, Benny Hill.
Hey, the original motherfucking British porn
You crazy.
with Benny Hill.
Exactly.
Okay,
That was
just making sure I thought I was solo dolo for a minute.
No.
And fam,
that's
your
a
people in the comments, wow.
Oh well, you already know that.
Hey, wow.
Our audience is the best.
Yes.
Hey, let me ask y'all this though. So this is when you were younger. You learned some things from the people that taught you.
Mhm.
As you've gotten older, our relationship with sex has changed. What you thought about it at 16 is not what you thought about it at 26. It's not what you thought about it at 40, probably at this point. How has it shifted for you? Like just what you think about it, the priority it holds in your life. Because I ain't gonna lie, when I'm 20, maybe school was first. Maybe.
Right.
Nah, I'm lying. School wasn't first.
I'm about to say
School wasn't
bullshit.
first. So your relationship with it changed, your thoughts about it change, where you prioritize it changes as we've gotten older. Where does it hold its space in your life now, Jamil?
You know, it's funny you mentioned school because I was actually school first. So, initially it was more slow ball. I'll walk you down, put you in the post. You know what I'm saying? We're going to take a couple dribbles, might pass it back out, swinging around, come back to the other side. Then, as
This
I
is
get
real Mark Jackson.
right,
Scotty!
But when I got like later on in college, it was more of an upbeat style. We were pressing 40 minutes of hell, attacking. You know what I'm saying?
Arkansas.
Right.
Omaha.
We was trying to get after. We pressing in the corners, up and down, making sure we in shape. Then as you get older, you just kind of pick your spots, when you want to play, where you want to play, how you want to play. Some people try to dictate to you offense. You like, nah, we going to go right here. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm loving this.
I am, but I'm
So,
just amazed that he's tying it all in.
that's how you do it, man. I mean, at this point in your life, you play when you want to play. If you don't, you're cool with sitting it out. You cool with passing rock to somebody else. Like, hey, yo, fella, going out there. It's your night. But if you need some help, I'm over here in the corner. Just shoot it to me. I'll take it down.
Jesus Christ.
I love it. Hey, this is my boy Phil. Phil D's is crazy. He in the comments. This is my guy from elementary. We grew up together. Hey, Phil, he was around for some of these conversations. I'm talking about Craig, by the way. He'll know who I'm talking about.
No, why Dante say Jamil the new Shannon Sharp?
Oh, Dante be drinking.
What is happening?
Jeff?
I think it's that evolution is interesting, right? When you a shorty, it just comes down to like you just want to hit. You know what I mean? You just like young and dumb, and you just like I just want to exactly trying to keep it half full, right? Instead of like peaked out. But I think as you get older, your priority makes it like it's literally like still motherfucking a big part of your life. You know what I mean? I think this is the thing with sexual encounters and that whole sexual thing is like you evolve over time. Think about when we were shorties. Like there were certain things you wouldn't do, right? Like you were like, oh, I ain't eating that, or I ain't doing this, and blah blah blah, right? And
Now
you was
look
just
at
like,
you,
I'm just
napkins.
doing this, right? And over time, I think you just evolve and you just want to, experience and when you have those times and those opportunities, and you have your own crib and you don't have the kids around, you kind of do a little bit more stuff around the crib.
Guess it does now.
Like, wait
But
a
I
minute.
really feel like it's just it's a major part. Like it's not that shit that was needed when you was a shorty, like you just freaking out of your mind for it. But yeah, it's definitely a integral part of your livelihood, man. Just keep your shit on point. You know what I mean? I think we all need a little release on a regular basis.
Facts.
You know what I mean? So,
Ivy. So from 15 or 16 or 14, whenever you started to today, how was your relationship with sex change?
I'm going to share it, but false. Can we limit Dante's fucking comments?
No.
Look at this fool. Look at this fool.
Stop reading the comments.
I'm trying not to, but look at this comment that he went to, bro.
See, that was
What the hell? Jesus Christ.
Dante, ain't it like 4 o'clock in Arizona? Shouldn't you still be working?
But I'm with him. I got it. So look, man. In that young stage, as Jeff said, when you were young, dumb, full of calm, and you talked about it, you said, hey, this is where we're going. The only thing we really focused on is not having any BDRs.
Mm-hmm.
No BDRs.
No bad dick reports.
No bad dick reports. It's not what we was on
right.
at this time. We're just trying to get on out here and make this thing happen. So,
You need to swap it out. Go ahead.
so when we made that decision then, because you got to run around the campus, whether it's in high school, whether it's in college, you're like, yo, I'm the man. Bravatoism was real, right? But what we did learn is how you doing all this with your little funky ass? How many times you had to be forced as a kid, as a young teenage boy? Hey, boy, go wash your ass. What is wrong with you? You can't play football for 16 hours and then come up and tell me you go kiss a girl, hug a girl, freak a girl, catch a girl, right?
Right.
Now we more Rico Suave about it. Hey, baby, you good? Lay your head on my pillow. Interlock our thighs. Let me.
Wait, you scissoring up in this mug? Is that what it is?
I was gonna let it keep going.
right. I was like, interlock. Come on.
Interlock.
Interlock.
Yeah.
You ain't interlocking now?
Yes, Miss Moore. A bad dick report is like a hofax, and it's negative.
But you know what?
On your dick report.
That's what this whole shit is for.
That's what I'm saying.
Explain and evolve.
Okay.
So I like that you evolve, and I like that.
Oh my God. It must be my degree I'm getting. I told you when it becomes that next level, it's gonna be a whole different conversation. However, I'm not there yet, so let the whole facts report.
Oh no, let the whole fax be ran.
Damn.
Anyway, but that's what it is. So now it's more, hey, are you okay, babe? You good? It's hugging. It's hey.
It's more emotional.
It's more intimate.
Yeah, intimate.
Hold me. Go ahead, B. Falls.
I think no, y'all are spot on. I think what mainly changes as you age and you gather wisdom, and to be frank, as you knocked a few back, right? I think that when you're younger, a lot of your manhood is tied to how many ladies can I get? How many women have I slept with? What's my how well I perform? What's my BDR out in these streets, right on campus or whatever it is? Like a lot of your stuff is tied to that. And as you get older, your true wisdom and manhood gets tied to more tangible and respectful things. Like, what kind of father am I? How am I handling my business in the boardroom? What am I doing, for my community, right? Like all this chasing women and I'm the man, I'm a pimp, I got all these chicks, becomes less and less important and valuable because you spread your thoughts and efforts into more productive things, right? So it's not that, to Jeff's point, it's not that sex becomes less important or less valuable. It just becomes more important and more valuable to the person you're with. And I think that's where it changes, as opposed to spreading it around and being happy about that. You're happy that you're with this one person, and you give your all to that. And I think that's where it kind of shifts.
It's a shift.
Definitely a shift.
I give you that.
Facts. Look at the brothers being mature.
That was a good one.
Y'all all right. All right. Let's get nasty.
Let's see what the next sports analysis is.
Yeah, have you ever? That being said, honey packs. If you don't, hey, Jesse, don't be eating them motherfucking Amoco honey packs.
Right.
Don't you do it.
No.
Don't you do it.
All right.
Don't you do it. Hey, but real talk though. Let's keep it a buck, fellas. Have you ever, now that we done warmed up a little bit, have you ever caught some major feelings and been like trying to make a relationship out of some other shit that shouldn't have been made out of because of the sex?
She a hoe. You know, she a hoe.
And you still wanted to.
How do I know? Because I told you so.
Real talk though. Have you ever gotten caught up in some feelings just because of the sexual encounter?
We know absolutely damn well for those of you such, I won't say such as myself. Is this thing? Is this microphone on?
No.
Oh, okay. I'm just talking to you right now.
Yeah, just me right now.
When you get your shit blown from the back, you lied to me, didn't you? Hey, y'all, how y'all doing over there? So, hey, CHM, yes, interlocking thighs. No, but you know, you've had certain experiences that's kicked out in there that said, oh my God. Like that very first time you'd had a motherfucker, toot, when she done blew you and made your asshole whistle. And you like, wait a minute. What is she? Shit. I fucked up. I'm done. Welcome to the celebration.
Right. Jeff, please pivot this conversation.
Right. Save me.
I think it really comes down to, we said what? Have we had an experience that took us to the next level when it probably shouldn't?
Have you ever caught feelings off the strength of just the sex?
I did say yes, didn't I?
You did.
Okay.
Hell yeah. But I'll tell you, it was the very first individual I ever had sex with, right?
Okay.
And
that might not exactly count, but I'm
That does not count.
It kind of does, baby.
Yeah,
My first experience was whack.
Did
So
they put you? What?
it was whack.
Oh, whack.
Really?
I thought you
Whack.
said wax.
Whack. It was
It
terrible.
was whack.
Did they put your?
No, they did not. No, they didn't do none of that.
All
They
right,
didn't do
no
none of that.
problem.
But this is the
All right.
thing, like when you first experienced that, and I was super young. I was 13.
Okay.
So that was like,
Nigga, that's late.
it blew me. Yeah, okay.
Please keep
Niggas ain't
talking.
56 grade no more. So that shit was like, you know, some explosive shit back in my head back then.
Absolutely.
And even though I know that probably in retrospect, you look at that shit, you looking like, nah, I shouldn't have even been pursuing that shit after that shit was done. But in the meantime, when you in the middle of it and you experience that for the first time, yeah, I was like, yo, this is the one I need to hold on to for a minute. Yeah, as soon as she was gone, I was like, what the fuck was I doing?
Wait, so what was, when I say wrong, what were the complications that you were ignoring because you were so head over the heels because of the love?
So this is the thing. I think it was more that it was nothing wrong at that time, but as soon as you leave, the exposure or the little you know, the representative she was putting out is now released and she can be her normal self. And then you see that and you be like, that's who you really are. That's what happened. And it was like she was just more out there once I moved on. Now I don't know if I was part of that because
You definitely were part of that, motherfucker. What are you talking
that
about?
was her first two. You know what I mean?
You keep telling me about release.
So
I'm uncomfortable.
Definitely contributed.
I probably did contribute to that. But you know, she just didn't know how to manage it afterwards. She was just like wide open after that.
You're not even supposed to be in here.
Cállate la boca, pendeja. And can you stop getting
that's
close
what
to
it
my
was.
ear and saying release? I don't like it. I don't like it. Hey, one of these artists was out here talking about 8 years he did something.
Pause.
Okay, man. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Stop it.
What analogy you got for this one?
You know, it's just like we had the NFL draft recently. You know, sometimes you think you're a first rounder, and you know the relationship just don't work. Some people, they bring you in, you go to the combine, you go to the private workouts, and you just don't
Move.
Get out of here. Don't get.
You ain't supposed to be in the damn house, much less the studio.
And you know, for whatever reason, you know, you think you perform a certain way, you may have, or you know, maybe they wanted more from your performance, and you don't get that call back. So you learn, you live, and you go on to the next, and eventually the right person will find you.
Mm.
Might be round 5, might be round 6, might be round 7. You might be a free agent out here in these streets, but eventually you'll latch on to
Let's
somebody.
go. All right,
There you go.
Hey, I like. Listen, Jamil done went home, looked at the questions, put some thought and effort into this.
He absolutely did. And
I
I am,
love these
did,
analogies.
man.
hey, thank you, sir.
I love these
Hey, man.
analogies.
I'm impressed.
I try,
It works.
man.
It works.
I try.
I think most men know if you ask them.
He needs some milk.
Stop reading Dante's.
I'm trying.
I think most men, if you'd ask them, and they have honest moments in these conversations we have right now, having a couple cocktails, doing a thing, would admit that there's at least one time, at least one person that completely flipped them on their ear,
Mm-hmm.
just sexually. And most of the time, it's with somebody they knew damn good and well they shouldn't even be messing with, because crazy motherfuckers tend to have the best loving. Let's just keep it a buck. So.
Hey,
No, no, Ivy. What? Like, go ahead.
they said one of us know how to talk to the police if they're in a Nike shirt.
So, stop reading the comments. Stop.
I'm done.
God, man.
This is why I ain't get here at 5:30.
That's a smart man.
That was a good call.
That was a good
Smart
call.
man.
But no, I think, brothers, in the comments, go on, tell the truth. You've had at least one young lady you've had experiences with that you knew good and well. You probably shouldn't even be hanging out with, but because it was what it was. Oh, that's a good question, Craig.
Nope.
Yeah,
Are you reading the fucking comments now?
I'm reading the ones that matter.
Ah.
Crazy versus new, which is better?
Versus new?
Now the saying goes, ain't no like new, but there's something to be said about unstable coochie. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm not even gonna lie.
With you.
I'm being honest. We all can be honest. It was boy talk. Ain't nobody even watching us. We just have a frank amongst ourselves.
We in the barbershop right now.
Sound like what I said earlier.
I don't know what
Getting
barbershop
trimmed
this
up.
is,
You
yo.
ain't never been in my barbershop. What you think? At the end of the day, crazy versus new.
New can be boring sometimes. You know what I mean? So we going off of experience back in that we experienced over all
From your
these
pool of
years.
experience, yeah.
From the pool of experience, I think, sometimes crazy is like more exciting, especially if you know that they're crazy up front. It's more about the mentality. You thinking like, oh, this crazy girl. Yeah, I think I'm going to vote for crazy because sometimes new ain't always good.
Interesting. Hey, look,
What is happening?
Hey, wait. Jamil didn't get to prep for this.
Right,
Let me see what analogy he can put together.
Let me see you
I'm
do
gonna
this
let
one.
Teron go first.
Right.
No, sit him right now because he's going to try and think about something dope.
Hey, man. Sometimes the people you draft, you know better. You know their history.
This motherfucker's good.
I am
Good.
good. You know their history. You know, did all the background checks. You know where they're gonna crash out at, what they're gonna crash out over. And sometimes you get your free agent, and it's just like, I don't know what this person is. And late in your career, that could be a detriment. You know what I'm saying? So you don't want to deal with free agents that you ain't done your homework with.
Wow.
This is why this is my frat. Hey, what he basically saying is,
So is it crazy or new better?
what he's saying is, what Antonio Brown bringing to the table, even though he's crazy. Dez White was new,
Right.
and he was awful. What are you doing?
I'm not supposed to be here.
What are you doing? Get out!
You can turn new into crazy.
Get out! Nobody asked you to get out.
With the stick in the waist.
Security.
Ivy, this is what you got. Get out.
See,
Out.
this is why I'm not doing crazy.
Out.
Hey, you can turn new.
Can you get the fuck out of the
Into
studio?
What are we doing right now?
I blame you for this, Teron.
How the fuck you blame me for that?
Because it's got to be blamed on somebody. So, Teron, new versus.
Did you just see
You
what
gotta
the fuck
check your
happened?
mic.
Are we ignoring it?
We're not
ignoring
doing
it.
nothing fucking crazy around here. What is happening here? Even if it was new or if it was that, no, we're not doing nothing fucking crazy. Did you just see that shit?
Unfortunately.
And for that reason, I'm out.
I was gonna argue for crazy over new, but based on what just happened?
No.
What the fuck?
I take it back.
I take my stance.
Jesus Christ.
But to just no, really, to
Oh snap! Oh wow!
all right.
Oh,
yeah.
my
Next
God.
question.
Next question.
Please. Hurry up.
Off track. Good lord.
And I'm gonna do some theme music.
Lordy.
The opinions and views expressed.
Man.
It's like 20 people downstairs, and only one can control themselves. Can't control themselves. All right. So have you? No, let's shift.
Thank you.
Dang.
Have you ever? And I want to have this conversation because ladies I know do this and have always argued they cheat themselves behind it instead of having a conversation that could get them to where they need to be. But they don't believe us when we tell them this. Have you ever faked an orgasm? And if you have, why were you out? And was there anything that person could have done in that moment to make you not have to do that, or was that just one of those? I had too many of these, and it just wasn't gonna happen. Or
Can I start this one?
I'm scared, but yes.
Listen. So the quick response to that is yes.
Okay, you have.
And then it's like, how did you fake it? Right there, and then I spit on her back.
I don't believe that was part of the question, but thanks for filling us in. But why did more importantly, why did you fake it? Lost interest.
Lost interest. The motherfucker was, like she was a killer. Turned out she was a dud. And for that reason, I was out. Now that was many moons ago.
But it's happened.
But it has happened.
So she talked a big game.
Couldn't
live up to it.
Yeah.
And you were like, this isn't what I was anticipating, and I'd rather just tap out here than waste more time and energy.
Absolutely. And it's like the infamous Bernie Mac. Remember the motherfuckers used to tell you, motherfuckers be shaking their head, telling me they killing it.
Mm-hmm.
No, motherfucker, you just shaking your brain. You're getting CTE.
You giving yourself a concussion.
You're giving yourself a concussion. And this motherfucker talked all of that, and she was trash.
The biggest talkers tend to be the worst.
Yeah.
Not always, but tend. There's a trend in this. Jamil, ever?
Sometimes you get to the arena, you don't want to play that night. The game start, you go in there, you mouth off, get your 2 texts, and you out the game.
How many texts you get?
You get 2. You get 2 texts.
Because you trying to get kicked out the game?
Real quick.
So you like, fuck it, right?
Hey, coaches do that
you
shit
know
all
what
the
I'm
time.
saying?
They try to motivate their team by getting kicked out.
Sound like you said, if you don't come when I come, then you can come when I come
I'm
again.
just saying, you might have stuff going on at home, stuff you want to get back to. You like, you know what? This ain't my night. Just say something to the ref and get your 2 and you out.
And you out.
Hey man, I'm going to hit the shower. Y'all be good. Okay.
I'll be in the locker room watching the rest of the game.
Hold on, that's a good question. Follow up that chicken ass. Like, what made? I think this is a
Sir,
frequent conversation as well. No, wait. What made it bad? You said it was bad. What made it bad?
interaction. So, contrary to popular belief, men enjoy a connection with the lady they've decided to indulge in physical copulation.
Absolutely.
Agreed.
Whether it's fellatio, cunnilingus, polyamorous relations. That's not this conversation.
But keep going.
Okay.
Whatever it may be.
And when you get in, and ladies, you know damn well, you've taken that point to where you've been disappointed. Motherfucker talk that shit. You like, oh, whoa, like come on in. You like, hey, you got that motherfucker 1, 2, and same thing with the women. You talk that, she get excited about it, and she get in. Oh, it's the hands. Hey, whoa! Don't
Backing
put that.
you up.
Don't put that to my back. It's the wait a minute. I don't like that. Hold on. It's the manipulation. It's the conversation. It's the no. Get your goof ass up.
Get your goof ass.
Get your goof ass. Chicago, so not goof, but goof ass up, and get the fuck up out of here.
Okay.
That's what it is. Because you ain't gonna talk a whole lot of shit to me, and then you come up that motherfucking minor league game.
And there's your answer. Jeff, ever
Faked it?
pretended?
I feel like, just for me, I feel like there's no value in me faking it at all, because I will never get what I want.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? I feel like if you just fake it, it's like it would have been better for me to be honest and be like, no, you just ain't doing what I need, you know, and okay, and then the conversation starts.
True.
Now you ain't gonna finish off. That's
Oh,
the end.
okay.
That's
I
the end
was
of
like, let me
that's
know
the end of the
something.
session there, right there.
Okay.
But now you looking like, oh, it wasn't what I needed. And then the conversation, the more important conversation start. All right, what did you need? What could I have done better? Or what did I need to do differently? Right. So I think it's more important to be truthful and end it, because
Stop
honestly, instead of like going through that and like faking it, that person gonna think that they did what they were supposed to do to get me there. I don't ever want to lie and make you think that you did what you were supposed to do to get me there.
Don't send that to nobody else.
Exactly. Like,
Don't
do that no more.
It's like the ladies telling,
Don't do
oh,
that.
no, he was a killer. He was this and that. Now he running around with a BDR.
Exactly.
She running around with a BPR.
Yes.
Facts.
Like
Exactly.
dead ass.
Yes.
The BPRs are real
Oh, it's a
too.
real thing.
So I feel
Ladies,
like
don't ever get it twisted.
it's a lose-lose if I lie. So I might as well be up front and be like, nah, I'm good.
Hey, would you- would you-
In the
would you
middle of
stop?
it, just be like, nah,
That's what I
I'm
was gonna
good.
ask you. Would you stop mid-stroke and be like, hey, this ain't working. Get up out of here.
No, you ain't gotta do the ejection
Why you
ejection
just hit the eject
immediately.
button?
I'm just asking.
Right.
Hey, but I know he ain't going, because you know what he almost said? You ain't got to ejaculate. He said ejects.
Pause.
Jesus Christ. Okay. My bad, bro.
No. But I think that's important, Jeff. And it's part of the reason I asked the question, because when we have these conversations, ladies oftentimes talk about how they faked it, why they faked it, so on and so forth. And I always say, but you're really only cheating yourself.
Yeah.
Because how is he ever going to learn what actually makes you have, an orgasm if you don't walk them through it? Men's egos are too fragile. You can't really do about. I think you'd be surprised, depending on how you broach the conversation, what men are willing to do to learn to please you. That's at the end of the day, that's really what we want to do.
That's it.
Yeah.
Can you say it again? We really want to do what?
We really want to please you. We really do. Now, we
yeah.
might bring the same tricks he brought to everybody else, because everybody else told us it was good. They came. And if all of them faked it and didn't tell us the truth, why would we know any better? So we are not open to suggestions, training, teaching.
Yeah.
It all depends on how you bring it to us.
Call the player in your office and tell him what you need him to do.
Coach them up.
Coach him up.
Can-
Never in front of the team, but just coach him up.
Hey, what they flip up? What they call it? Omaha, right?
Never in front of the team.
Hey man, it's like a bad
And I think that's what
tenant.
Jeff was saying.
Yeah, it's like a tenant being late month after month after month. Eventually, they will get evicted if you don't start paying on time. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, Jeff ought to start making real estate
I'm about to do
analogies.
it on the real estate side.
So you and I gonna be the only ones that's going. We got sports and motherfucking real estate over here.
That's fine.
Hey, if they do that, we gonna call the company downstairs. Tell them to come the fuck on up.
That show gonna be over
Oh,
then.
shit.
Right, we cut that up on camera
Right.
soon. Yeah, and that's really was the point of me asking. When people are like, that's a crazy question. It's really not. And most ladies don't think we do it, and we do it for all the reasons the gentleman say. And then sometimes, to be frank, sometimes it's just not gonna happen.
Yeah.
And it's not a bad session. It's not you. You had me. Like we could put our penis in a tree, and if you oil it up right, we probably can make it happen. But at this particular moment, that particular night, it just probably wasn't happening.
That took a turn.
I'm just keeping it a buck. We're not hard to please most
Hey,
often.
some of these folks is saying we're trying to get one off and we out.
Right.
Sometimes we are.
But ladies do that too.
Absolutely, they do. Absolutely, they do. Absolutely, they do. All right. Let me see what else we got on here. Well, y'all don't want to answer a couple of these questions. All right, let me ask this.
This is the one we don't want to answer.
No. We go ease into the other ones. We go bring us.
No, that's how we ease into the situation.
Right.
Dating while healing. All right. So I think it's fair to say that I won't say that. Brothers, I asked this question to start this question. Have you ever had your heart broken?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Everybody on this panel
Sure.
had their fucking heart
Absolutely.
broken.
I
And
think
anyone don't admit it, that's trash.
is probably lying or
Right.
haven't really been in a real relationship. So dating while healing. So after that breakup, that devastating relationship that broke your heart, and you get back out in the streets, are you ready for love or just hiding in hookups? So when you got your heart broken, did you take the time to actually heal? Take the time to actually source what happened to you, why that relationship didn't work, Was it you? Was it them? Was it both of you? Whatever the case may be. And it took that time and then got back out there? Or were you just hiding the pain and hookups? And if so, why, Jeff?
I think, like, to your point, everybody's get their heart broken, men and women, right? So I think depending on how deep you were into that situation and how heavy that hookup was, you know what I'm saying? The longer you in it, I think the more it takes to heal, to be honest. If it's the same, a real intimate, somebody you really felt like you should have been with. I think that over time, you do have to take that break before you go out there. You know what I mean? Now, mentally, when you go out, you may not, when you eventually do go out, you still may not be 100% healed. You just have to know that, yo, I'm not in a place to commit to somebody seriously at this point. At this point, I'm still healing, but I'm dating while I'm out here, just going through the motions, and I'm not leading anyone on. Once we had that conversation.
Key. Say that again.
I'm not leading anyone on. When we had that conversation, it's like, nah, I'm not looking to do that right now. You know what I mean? So the key is, like, you're not going through the motions and then stringing someone along when you're not even close to being ready. You know what I mean? The key is, as long as you're communicating, I think it's okay to go out there and eventually date, because that's part of the process to getting you back to where you need to be. You know what I mean? As long as you're honest and not leading anyone on, I think it's okay to date while you're still not 100%.
Okay. Oh, wait, hold on. Who was that? Was that a doctor that just made that comment, or put that? Scroll back up for me, Jake. All right, Deshaun. Oh, Deshaun. All right. Fair comment. Jamil.
You know, sometimes you just have to really understand how injured you are. You know, you got to look at the medical report and be like, hey, this is what happened. This is where I am. Because, you know, coming back too early is a real thing.
You got to have the right rehab.
You got to have the right rehab.
A lot of PT.
You know, and you got to decide, like, am I going to have surgery? You know, am I going to let it heal on its own? Yeah. So when you come back, it's really about taping it up, seeing what you can do. You know, you might have a minutes restriction, like we talked about. You know, tell them what you can't do. Like, hey, you know, don't use me till like the fourth quarter in case you need me.
Exactly.
And then,
my minutes on the court.
You know, you come in, you do your work beforehand, see what you can do, you shoot around, you know, try to put some weight on it, see where you are. But, you know, the only way to really tell is to get back out there. So, you know, you tape it up, you come through play, especially if it's crunch time.
Yeah.
And then see what you can do, see where it takes you. You know, you might be able to go all the way through. Sometimes you might need to tap out.
As long as you was honest with the coach before you got out there.
As long as you told coach what you can and what you can't do.
What does that
Listen, I love where my man is going tonight.
Scotty!
Love where my man is going tonight. Ivy? Ivy?
Yes.
The question, bro.
What the fuck?
Like, they didn't throw it.
Where are we going? I was gonna hit this motherfucker like, what is happening here, right?
You need me to repeat the question?
Yes,
He's like, wait, what are we talking about?
help me.
So hold on, let me get back up here. Dating while healing.
Got you. Okay.
Are you ready for
Fuck that. Listen. At some point, and because the guys do it, the ladies do it, there's some pieces of smash and grab. In that smash and grab, we know that people come to you at different points in their lives. If you communicate that from the start, I think everything is above board. As long as, in my opinion, you keep it above board, then it's fair game. If you say, this is what I'm looking for, I know this is what you're looking for, and we come to an agreement with that, and man, it don't matter. I'm not about to tell you, if I ask you a question, answer that directly. Don't go around a Mayberry bush to be able to get it. Yeah, I know I'm a bit different in that sense with it. But listen, let's go ahead and get it. Everybody is grown at this point. So either you're going to go ahead and rock with it or not. If you get caught up in it, then that's on you, because I didn't lie to you. I told you what it is. You shared your opinion with me, and I have a choice just like you have a choice.
Let me ask you this.
Go.
Because I agree with you to a point. And I think Jake, put Spencer's comment up if you don't mind. The third comment up. Men don't heal, we hope. And I think that is accurate. I think we get back out there and
The Protoism, right?
and I'm telling you, and we sometimes take our pain and what happened to us out on other people, even if we're honest. So let me ask you this.
Men and women.
Men and women, absolutely. We're talking about us right now.
All right.
So my ship.
Jesus Christ. What number?
I was only two of them.
Damn. Jesus Christ.
But no, seriously though, he a good guy, great guy, love him. And he was honest about where he was in his relationships after he had gotten divorced. However,
that's a tough time.
It's a tough time.
That's a real tough time.
Real tough time. He was like, listen, I'm out here, I'm having a good time, I'm dating, doing my thing, da 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 da. But at what point do your actions not align with what you said, and how responsible are you for that? And I'll say that he was dating, he was saying that, but he was doing shit that was real boyfriendy, right? Until it got time to be a boyfriend. And he was like, well, I said,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
such and such and such.
Not to the boys.
Not to the boys.
So how responsible are we for our actions that back up the words that we say when it comes to those scenarios?
I think we are 100% responsible for it, because I've always shared your words ain't shit. Your actions is what really matter. I can tell you anything, but if my actions show, then that's the real meat and potatoes of all of this. Because we can get in, we can read. We have somebody in politics right now that his words have talked about all kind of shit, but his actions have dictated something else. And those actions are impacting as a whole. Hey, look, I just thought about something. So as a friend, you doing real estate, you doing sports, I'm gonna start doing political.
Everybody's got a shtick.
Hey, I'm just saying. You know?
Everybody's got a shtick.
The actions is what matters.
Yeah.
In my world, the actions, because you can say whatever, you know, but what you do is what really matters, because that is the thing that's more tangible. Yeah.
Keisha makes a good point. How often do men take a step back and heal after heartbreak? Oftentimes it's another woman, generally the woman after that heartbreak, that first woman that deals with the aftermath of that pain. I don't think that's not accurate.
Keisha, you're invited to all shows hereafter.
I don't think that's not accurate. Yeah, I think great points, fellas. You know, I think that you do need to, oftentimes men don't, to Keisha's point, take that step back, take that time back. We jump right back in, right? And we heal in probably hurting other people.
Because we go back to what we know.
Not that
we know what it's really, it's that cycle, right?
Yeah.
It's the piece.
And it's not intentional. I'm not saying it's intentional.
It's
not
not
saying it's intentional. Yeah.
But that's what we knew before we got in that position. So as a natural consequence to that, we say, let me jump back into it, because now we say we're gonna hit it, but this time I'm gonna fix it and do something different. But then you find yourself again on that hamster wheel.
I don't even know if we're saying we're gonna jump back in to fix it. I think sometimes we just numb the pain with pussy. If I'm being
that narcotic.
Yeah.
Because that
if I'm being frank, so sometimes it's drink, sometimes it's this,
cocaine.
Sometimes it's
did you bump it?
Sometimes, yep, right on time. I'm saying we don't take that step back and back off from everything and everybody. Ladies will. I don't think that's generally how men operate. It's probably not fair a lot of the times.
Okay.
I think some guys do. Some guys know how.
Some guys
know how to assess their injury, but then they come back too fast to get injured again, and then they're in the same boat.
Lonzo Ball, right?
Exactly.
Right, Grant Hill.
Yeah.
Grant. I'm going with Grant because Alonzo trash, but Grant Hill definitely.
Damian Lillard.
Just blew his shit.
What's my man? Clay.
Yeah,
right?
Thompson.
Oh yeah.
Clay came back from that injury too soon in the finals.
Donald Trump said during his.
No,
never mind.
We're not doing that. All right, so let me ask this. So your boy, one of your best boys, is in a relationship, but he's stepping out. Whatever his rationale may be, it is what it is. But he's stepping out. Do you, A, Put your hands up and say
Take the
that's
time to find a condom.
that.
B, you walk right up there, you pound her. C, you take it out and stick it in up.
But D is what I do.
So you'll listen up.
But do you not say anything? And that's not my business. I ain't in it. Do you have a conversation like, hey, what's going on? Da 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 da. Do you chastise them like, hey, bruh, you got a good thing? What's going on? You know, how do you handle that situation when it happens? Because it does happen.
I think it depends if it's really my boy. We're gonna say it is my
This
boy.
This is your boy.
It's my dog, right? So my dog, I'm gonna know the type of relationship that's going on right now immediately. I'm gonna assess in my mind, was this somebody he was serious with that potentially had some long-term opportunity, or did he tell me in the beginning this is gonna be a short term, right? Like this ain't gonna really make it. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna assess the prior communication because it's my dog, so I know how he really is. And then if he's like, for example, if it's somebody he thought that was long term, and he put in that effort and like, yo, this is somebody I'm gonna rock with, and then he deviates like that, he my dog. So I can ask him. I can be like, yo, you know, what's good? You know, tell me what's going on with such and such, because you gave me all this drive and energy on the person you was with. You know, what's good? Now, if he gives me some pushback real quick, like, nigga, mind your business. Right. Then, nigga, I done my job. Kind of
like chasing around the car so that motherfucker don't get a DUI.
Exactly. So it's my dog. I'm gonna initiate. Initially, I'm going, depending on the previous conversations, I may jump in. But if he's not trying to rock with it and he has some aggression, at that point, I'm gonna step back and let him come to me when he's ready. Because obviously he knows that I'm interested to support. Yeah. And then I'm just gonna wait for him to come to me.
Hey, how many times have you done this with one of your boys? You had a conversation?
Many times.
I think we just did that a few minutes ago.
We did.
Hey, them motherfuckers downstairs said the best way to get over one is to get
on top of one. I swear these ones.
And look at there they are right there.
Sheila downstairs acting crazy. Ivy, so your boy, he's stepping out. You're like, what's going on? How do you handle this situation?
I'm gonna tell you this. I got the shovel because I know where the bodies are buried. I'm good.
You just not in it.
Nah, man.
Okay.
Motherfuckers say, hey, the motherfucking DEA, FBI, ATF, CIA, whomever. Did you see? I cannot articulate for fear that I may deviate from my true course of rectitude. In short, I cannot recall.
Okay. What Dave Chappelle say? I plead the fifth. Okay, so I was pleading the fifth no matter. I got you. Right. I can't wait to hear Jamil's. Come on.
Well, I mean,
come on. Sports this motherfucker.
It's pretty simple. What happens in the locker room stays in the locker room.
God damn,
he's
good.
He's good.
He's fucking good.
I mean, when your boy is thinking about going to another team, you gotta talk to him about the benefits. Grass ain't always greener to the other side. You know, just because he take a meeting or two doesn't mean that he's gonna leave the team. I mean, when you talk to him, you're like, hey, man.
Put my glasses on.
Don't.
I gotta hear him better.
I mean, don't let something new trick you out of something that's good. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, you just talk about the benefits. And somebody was talking about, can you scroll up a little bit? Somebody was talking about the detriment.
Jay, scrolls up a little, just a touch.
Bro code detriment, something like that.
Oh, that was Keisha.
Oh, there it is,
I mean, bro code is not always a detriment. Sometimes it's just a level of trust. That doesn't mean that you're not talking to your boy behind closed doors or your teammate, trying to get him to see the benefits of where he is versus, you know, what's going on outside. Or maybe it's a situation where if you feel like you need to go somewhere, just make that decision and go. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's different ways to approach it, but bro code is not necessarily a negative.
Yeah, bro code is not negative at all. And that's a woman that put that out there. The bro code is what has actually helped us to survive those women. And I'm going to just slide this. I know.
Oh, those women.
Damn. Past tense.
That was aggressive. Go ahead.
God took the rib of man and made woman. As far as I'm concerned, they owe us. Go ahead, B.
Wow. All right. So I don't even know where he threw me off with that.
That's why you were banned before.
Yeah. Shout Sean was right. God damn it, I should have brought you back. No, I'm kidding. So no, I think it's
Joanna, man.
to all, I'm not even touching
Hey,
that.
do not put Dante's comments.
Please don't put. I think it's to you all's point and to Keisha's point. I don't think we let our boys go down a path that's detrimental to anything. I think we have real conversations with him, right?
Yeah.
I'm not going to dictate how he moves. I'm not going to tell him what he should or should not do, but I will, to all of yours point, put things in front of him and say, man, but this, that, and the other, or just last week he was happy, or yeah, she might not be doing this, but fuck, not everybody's gonna do everything you want. Blah blah blah. We had these conversations, and then I got to let him make his own decisions to let him be him. I'm not gonna sell him out. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna trick on him.
Right.
But you'd be surprised. I will tell ladies this, and I tell them this all the time. You would be surprised at the conversations we have with each other, with our boys behind closed doors about a multitude of things. You think all we do is we go to Buffalo Wild Wings, eat chicken and talk about Hooters and eat
and read the Bible
and talk about sports and blah 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 blah. But you'd be shocked how in depth we get with our conversations about what's going on in our lives, particularly our relationships, and how we try to talk each other through these things. Right. So yeah, we're not gonna run around and tell his business, but we are gonna have conversations trying to figure out where he is and help him down the right path. Now, the question is if his relationship is the right path.
Right. Like I said,
women do the same shit, fam.
Absolutely.
Like they don't talk this shit. We hit this in right now and say it's the guys, but women do that, and it's generational from their woman to their daughter to their mothers to their grandmothers. All of this goes and makes it happen. The women are gonna stick together. How many times have you guys been in a conversation or seen something happen and a woman, they be like, "That's right, girl." You be like, "Whoa, wait a minute, who the fuck are you?" And they jumped in this particular conversation, just siding with that woman, right away.
Shit, they ain't got no.
That's my point. That's some rando. That's some rando. I don't even know the details. Girl, fuck him. He did something. That's the immediate response. So it is what it is.
All right. Look, now I know it's some people in the comments and some people watching. I thought they was gonna get freaking nasty. Y'all underestimated us. We can have these conversations without being nasty.
Damn it.
We are intelligent black men up here.
But
however, let's get nasty. Oral sex, is it a must before intercourse for you?
I jump in that one. No, not before. It don't have to be before intercourse. It definitely has to be part of the regular programming.
South Shore is up. Right?
Is that TV entertainment? Was that real estate? It has to be part of the regular programming. It's not an option. It's not like if I ever, to be honest, if I ever,
option not to.
It's not an option for me to be, for even previously, like any type of serious ongoing thing where someone's like, that's not something I'm gonna do. I feel like it's a grown person activity, right? When I was young, I was probably like, yeah, I ain't gonna eat the cat. I'm 13. I ain't eating that. That's nasty, right? Once everybody grows up, men and women,
frosting all over your beard.
Well, I guess I'm grown now, right? I think
Y'all thought that was great.
That's frosting.
I think both sides, men and women, should be open to that. You know what I mean? I don't. If anybody says they're not doing it, it's crazy. But to your exact question, does it have to be before intercourse? No, it don't have to be before intercourse.
So it's not a prerequisite for. I'm not even gonna say every, because every's every. That's crazy. That's an absolute most times.
It don't even have to be most times. As long as it's regular. You know what I mean? As long as it's regular, it's cool. It don't have to be 75% of the time that every time before the intercourse, this has to happen. Nah, I feel like as long as you are going to put in work periodically and it's going to be good work, it's all good. That's always been my mentality from the jump. You know what I mean?
Ivy?
So,
Man, quick answer this.
I think he's gonna disagree with you. I feel a disagreement.
I feel like he is going to.
I feel a disagreement.
But I don't know. I'm not gonna say him.
Well, fuck you.
I tried to pull you back in.
Hey, no, sir. Hey,
Has to be.
Before, during,
and after. Damn. All right. Well, shit. Cheers to you, brother.
Damn right. You're gonna catch this sauce. That's what I'm telling you right now. And if that's your thing, when you say, "Hey, get this out," the front, Oh, wait a minute. Front, back, and forth, and side to side. You getting this motherfucking work.
Okay.
Ain't that motherfucker way too grown? You know, back in 8th grade and all that shit, the summer before 8th grade, you wasn't going into that. You caught the little girl in the grass and you freaked her a little bit and you motherfucker put your penis between her titties and you was like, girl, I want to. Oh, shit. My bad. I digress, bro.
You went off.
I'm back. I went off on a tangent.
Teron going these immediate tangents too, right? Like it's not like a long way around, and he got there. He's immediate in his tangent. Like this is where
I'm back. So my quick answer.
Immediate.
Yes.
Every time.
Every single time.
Oh, every single time. Okay. All right. Hey, that's what your thing is. Okay. Jamil, sports analogy. Hit me.
You know, the quarterback center exchange is very important. That's how every play gets started. I mean, you have to practice. You know, something you spend time doing. I mean, if you don't do it right, it could mess up. It could cost you. I think it's very important. You should practice it. You know, when something happens, what the quarterback do? You go over to the side, you practice the snap.
It's 51% majority of the time.
Well, technically it is.
I'm gonna change my answer.
49%, I got 51%. I got the majority.
Good point. Majority, but not every time. Not every time.
You know, sometimes it's a quick count. You know, it might be a long count.
Right.
You know, it depends.
It could be shotgun.
I'm not even gonna lie.
I fucking hate it here.
I love it here.
Me too.
This is. I was saving this when I was like, I want to see what how Jamil sports and that. Most of them I can see, but this one I was like, how's it? This is my dog.
That's my dog. That's my dog.
That's my dog. That's my dog. I think, obviously, as most things are, this is completely independent on you and your relationship and who you're with. Is it a must? I won't say it's a must. Is it nice? Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And to somebody's point earlier, I think it was what's the young lady's name? She had a post earlier or a comment earlier. Scroll up on for me real quick.
Everybody else said it's okay.
No, Keisha. I'm sorry, Keisha. Keisha, by the way, welcome. I don't know if I've ever seen you comment before. Welcome to the show. Please keep joining regularly. I appreciate your commentary. Yes. So should it be reciprocated? Absolutely. Should we be doing our part? For sure. That's not the point of this conversation, though, Keisha. Keep it focused. We're talking about ladies. We're not talking about us.
Then you're gonna say fuck you. Hey, welcome to the club, but fuck you.
I'm just saying. When we having a conversation about men, we talking about them. We having a conversation about ladies, we talking about the ladies.
This men shit.
So right now we're talking about the ladies. I don't think it's a requirement, but is it nice? Absolutely.
Yeah. So when they suck your dick from the back, it's not like
what?
Like motherfucking sparkles and
yes.
Easy answer.
Yes, I'm not saying.
Ain't no problem.
Listen, nobody's saying, "Oh, I prefer not to have it." No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, to your point, you need it every time. I don't think everybody needs it every time.
Right.
Sometimes you just want to get face to face with your lady and make love and get
that's
intimate.
Right. Okay, you say making love and. So
I never said
your girl, you ain't never just treated like a little nasty little freak man.
First of all, we're never talking about my girl.
Not.
The opinions and views expressed during this show.
Next question.
Is all.
Thank you.
But I'll say this. I will say this. And the ladies and the gentlemen downstairs, I'm sure you're listening. You add in, and ladies and gentlemen watching. I think every lady, woman, at some point, wants to be slutted out a little bit.
Absolutely.
With their man.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
And sometime without their man.
Whatever. And whatever that might mean to them. Is that taking a video? Is that role playing? Whatever the case may be. I think everybody, including ladies, want to be adventurous with the right person.
Right. And it's a safe space. You should be able to do that with your significant other that you tied in with.
Because I'm good with midgets too. I'm good with that. Let's go.
Are we talking about midgets now?
You always gotta have trick plays in the playbook.
There you go.
And for some people, it's midgets. I'm just saying. Oh man. Hey, listen, for you all that hung in with us as long, and now we getting a little crazy. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Have you ever had? Okay, let me rephrase. What's a sexual L you'll admit to on the mic? And everybody and when we had our group chat, everybody was like, I ain't never had no sexual L. Maybe nobody here will admit to it, but I'm going to ask the question. Teron,
No.
I never start. I'm the host.
Okay. Listen, the quick, easy piece, and it's fine.
And how do you define L? L could be anything. Yeah.
Well, the L was I couldn't necessarily perform at the time because I had that motherfucking gummy worm going.
Okay.
That motherfucker, it was I'm talking that cash money shit.
Talking it.
I'm going from the windows
to the walls.
To the motherfucking walls.
And just couldn't make it happen that day for whatever reason.
Hey.
Was it whiskey? Was it her?
It was gin.
Oh, gin.
Which is why I don't drink that shit to this day.
Fucking bumpy face.
That motherfucker, and it was Seagram.
I know it was.
It was.
Ooh,
I got one.
Bumpy face?
Bumpy face.
Oh, my God.
Oh, Lord.
Gin
They still
and
make
juice.
that stuff?
Snoop was still going with his shit. And I'm like, motherfucker, I'm about to kill him. My shit said. And I was like, no, you got to hold it from this side and do. And she did that, and that motherfucker said. And I was like, listen. So, I had football practice. And because of that, I couldn't. Hey, look, but see me in the morning, baby. Everything is going to be fine. Now, I'm going to preface this. In the morning, I smoked her ass.
All right. So you made up for it.
All right. There you go.
That night. Loser. Yeah. I mean, that motherfucker just wasn't going. He wasn't going.
For whatever reason. Yeah. Eva, you're right. Usually gin will make you sin or make you sleep. It's really
Eva, it put me to sleep.
Listen, this is why I don't drink gin to this day, because gin makes me fight. I swear to God,
Yeah,
the last
that was
3
too.
fights I've ever been in life was after some
Was
gin.
based on
All
gin.
of them was gin?
It's fucking gin. I don't know what it is.
Damn.
Anyway, Jeff?
I will say, now that I've looked at this whole scenario, and I know when I was one of them cats, like no L's, right? But if we look at the big picture, I've never had the wah, 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 wah going on, but I have had like a gummy and drinks and get to the crib and you think it's about to go down, and you wake up the next morning.
Out.
You wake up the next morning like, damn, have I done that? Hell yeah. I've definitely overdid it, got to the crib, was feeling good, was actually in great shape when you got to the crib. But then once you got relaxed,
Sat down 5 minutes.
and was out, was sleep, was out of there.
Just for the record, that's still a gummy worm. Go ahead, dog.
Nope.
That's still a gummy worm.
Nope.
I don't think it counts if you don't try.
It don't count if you don't try.
Oh, okay. You got that dead leg, right?
Exactly.
Hey,
It
you
don't
came too
count.
quick. No, you came too late.
If
Okay,
you,
all right,
if you
no
didn't attempt, it's not a gummy worm.
Hey, sometimes, ladies, you go in to freshen up. There's a window for me to go to sleep.
Right. Hey, boy, that's dead ass. That's
Exactly.
dead ass right there.
I wouldn't have cared.
You're right.
But and or notice, probably.
Hey, you know what? You just healed me. Thank you, my brother. Thank you.
Right.
That's what we do out here. That's what we do out here. Jamil?
Oh man. Sometimes you jump into the pool and you misjudge how deep it is.
What the fuck was that?
Sometimes you're used to a certain pool with depth, and you get in there and you realize I'm not used to swimming in this. So, sometimes you just have to get to the side and get out the pool and towel yourself off. Hit the showers.
Oh man,
That food is where Mark spits on us.
That's what I
don't even know
What is happening here?
I definitely picked it up. I just had to go. I had to go into Michael Phelps type mode, and I picked it up. Michael Phelps.
Oh my
sometimes.
God.
Michael Phelps.
Doesn't mean you can't swim. It doesn't mean you're not a good swimmer.
I
But
know.
there's a difference between the pool and the ocean.
So your stroke is just not right.
Current could be different.
Oh, look at you.
Hey, it's the difference between fresh water and salt water. That shit get in your nose. You be like,
Damn,
Hey, true facts.
Uh, more than I tend to admit. No, it's yeah, they're all of the above. You all spoken to a multitude of things. I think every man, if he's being honest with himself and with anybody else, one time something's happened where you talked a big game and didn't follow through to the best of your ability, or you was ready to go and your man wasn't, or you got somebody to the crib and they decided they was gonna take a phone call, take a shower, whatever's gonna do to try to get themselves ready, and you pass the fuck out.
Right, ladies, if your man tell you he 100% from the field, he ain't taking enough shots.
Or
he ain't shot enough.
Or he's lying.
Right.
I'm going with he's lying.
He's lying, and that's okay. We all in on our best at all times. You still can make the Hall of Fame.
Right? Yes, you can.
Exactly.
You're lying to your point. Sometimes performance anxiety. Now wait a minute, hold on. That I ain't never had.
Not never.
Wait, well, we won't.
Now she didn't go too far.
She done took it too damn far.
Hey,
I ain't scared. No.
Jake. Hey, put on a 10-second timeout.
I can't comment no more than that. All right, so we are close to the wrap. One last question, and then we're gonna go downstairs and have some drinks with our guests. Do you talk dirty or moan? And if not, why you so quiet, King? And here's why I asked this question. This sounds crazy for a brother to ask another brother, but I know I've talked to a lot of ladies over the years, and they can say they're vocal, they do this, they do that, and brothers, they say, "Well, I don't know why y'all." And it's good to hear brother moan, or it's good to hear man talk to me. But brothers be kind of like strong silent. That's what we do in life, right? We strong silent. We strong silent.
Strong silent.
So, are you a more vocal lover, more quiet lover? Is it something you repress if you would be more vocal, or are you just naturally quiet? Or in general, now how to be specifically. But when we've heard these conversations, we've had them with ladies about how quiet men tend to be. Why do you think that is? And if you want to speak personally, feel free. Ivy, I'm almost scared to start with you, but go ahead.
Why do I just keep starting with it? Fuck that. Hey, be my good girl. Bite her ear, nibble on it, finger that thing. Oh wait, you said.
I said vocal. I didn't say what you do. But are you verbalizing what you're doing before you do it?
You should verbalize it. Hey, squeeze that. Hey, good girl, choke her a little bit. Sometimes you gotta go one hand, then two hands.
It's a non-verbal, and you ain't not.
We are non-verbal communication right now.
Gentlemen, you see my voice deepen.
We see what you did.
All right,
He put us with the radio voice.
So what I'm
Real
saying
Shannon Sharp over here.
Wait, hold on, Craig.
What Craig said?
First of all, shouldn't you be DJing right now?
Right, what the fuck
are you
did Craig
on?
say?
Don't pull that up. Don't pull that, Jake. Do not put that up. Do not put that up there. Do not put that up there.
Oh my God.
Oh.
Listen, the verbalization is all part of the orgasmic experience. It's the way you take her, when you find her, a sign that will blow her mind. And if you see that and you do it right, and she squirts and leaks, it's not PG-13. Somebody save me. Not now, but right now.
Do you put this bullshit voice on when you do it?
Absolutely. Absolutely. No, man, you get in there and you verbalize that, because that is part of the package.
Okay. That's part of what you do. Okay.
I'm not giving no BDRs out here.
All right.
Dang, is that part of the report?
Yes.
Yes, it could be.
Yes, it could be.
Sport that, motherfucker.
It's your own personal style, right? It's like, how do you get your best performance? Are you focused? Do you need to focus? Some people play well talking. Sometimes it's all about your teammate, what they need. Sometimes they need encouragement. Sometimes they need you to be on them. Sometimes, it's nonverbal communication, like we talked about. So, I think it varies. I think for me personally, I'm probably more of a focused teammate. But if you talk to me, I'm gonna give it to you back. I'm not gonna let you just try to punk me. So I mean, we
Okay.
it happens like that, you know.
So you can walk her through it. You can help her go ahead and grab that, and you just like squeeze that thing, do your cable
Wait,
thing.
what are we talking about?
How we get here, man?
I'm gonna move my mic out the way right
No,
now.
man,
I'm
you
sorry,
know.
You're done
fellas.
for that. Lord.
You know, I communicate the play, and you know I'm coachable. I could go off script if we need to. So yeah.
All right, so you're not Draymond out here.
He ain't choking, motherfucker.
But you Paul George.
Oh, damn.
Oh damn, Paul George.
No. Paul playoff P is a thing.
Playoff P.
What I'm saying is Draymond is running his mouth
They're
all the time.
right?
Paul George can talk a little shit if you talk a little shit.
Right, and you know sometimes you get your LeBron when you just get the eyes looking up and don't say nothing.
There it is.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff.
I think conversation is key. I think just depending on the scenario, right? Sometimes you want to trick the whole scenario out, and sometimes you want to be a little bit more intimate. But I think all of the situations deserve a little conversation. So it may be like some radio voice Tehran scenario because it's a little bit more intimate and we like the candles and you keeping it. Or it may be like we turn it up, we doing some crazy shit, and then it may be some more name calling and all type of shit. So I think conversation is good for, at least for me. And I think every scenario is different. Your partner has to be engaged with it. Everyone's not the same, right?
Right.
But I'm a believer in different levels of the conversation, but conversation is always good.
Interesting.
And that conversation can be before. Pre-game is very important.
Good point. Good point. Pre-game is
a must.
Pre-game is serious.
It's a must.
Pre-game is the
You know what I
must.
mean?
Pre-game is
That sets the stage.
That's
right.
You know what I mean?
We talk about the game plan.
It's like the warm-ups. You like go take that free throw, go to the hole. Boop, boop, boop,
You know,
and ladies often need the warm-up, right? I think they are mentally stimulated before they are physically.
Exactly.
And at Tasha's point, Mona and talking are not the same. We agree.
Yeah.
We were just talking about conversation, but I think you know what wasn't. Sometimes it doesn't have to even be verbal, right? Communication can be expressed in a lot of ways. To Tasha's point, moaning, sounds, even eye contact to a certain extent. Right? It can be real intense and not a word said.
Grabbing, touch, intensity of the
that's
grab.
That's right. All of that. So it doesn't even have to be necessarily verbal, but there should be some form of communication to know what's going good that moment, what you might need to shift, what they loving, what they liking, right? Like everybody, there's a rhythm to this, and that rhythm doesn't go unnoticed if you're doing it right. Hey, y'all, I appreciate my boys coming on the show and having this conversation. I think a lot of people thought we couldn't have this conversation in an adult fashion, and we are grown men having a grown man conversation.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Facts. We'll talk dirty downstairs off air. Hey, no, for real. Thank you all for joining us. Sean will be back next week. I hope what I can try to do for the next week is get some expats, some folks that have moved and lived out of the country, talk about their experience, talk about why they moved, talk about why they either love or don't love where they live right now. And I know there's a lot of conversation from a lot of people talking about, do I even want to live in the States anymore?
United States.
Yeah. So let's talk to some people that have actually taken that dive and not just talked about it, and see where they are and how they're living and how they're loving it. In the meantime, in between time, take care of yourself, take care of those you love. We'll see you next week. Same bat time, same bat channel, right here in the Inner Zone Podcast.
Both teams play hard.
Podcast. In the Zone 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 Podcast. In the Zone